Alright everyone, so in this lesson I'm going to be showing you two apps that I like to use to optimize my backend and avoid leaving money on the table. So number one is SMS Bump, and this is an SMS marketing app. So as you can see, I've spent $1,000 on the automations for this app, and that brought in a return on investment of $7,000. So a 767% return on investment. So it's pretty good. And the way that I did this is extremely simple. All I did was literally went to the automation. So I installed the app, I went to automations, and then I turned on this, I turned on the abandoned cart. So literally the first two emails you can see here, abandoned cart turned on active, and this one active as well. And that's all I did. So I only turned on those two automations, and I didn't edit them. I just left them by default because, you know, these are optimized by default. So it literally just says, hey, first name, we noticed there were some items left in your Flex Posture shopping cart. If you're ready to complete your order, your cart is waiting for your return at, and then the URL. So that's all I did for SMS Bump, and that, you know, that helps bring in a little bit of extra revenue that you could, you know, that you would just leave on the table otherwise. Now, if you go to settings, another thing that I did is I went to, so I have quiet hours enabled from 10 to 9 a.m. But another thing that I did is I have this auto recharge thing. So this avoids me having to go check on SMS Bump every time. So what I did is I enabled auto recharge, and I said add $40 to my account when my balance falls below $10, and do not spend more than $1,000 per month. So what this does is this just make sure that there's always going to be enough balance to send out the text messages, and I don't have to keep checking on SMS Bump. But overall, this is a really simple app to use, and I mean, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to do it, right? And so the other one is Conversio. Conversio is a email marketing app. It's a really good one. It has a lot of options. And to be honest with you, I really didn't take advantage of it to the fullest with this brand. And as a matter of fact, I actually uninstalled it, and I had to reinstall it just for this course because, you know, when you have a really large email list, and this Flex Posture store was starting to build a really, really big email list, it was starting to cost like $300, $400 a month, and I was barely running anything on the store. So I decided just to uninstall for now, since I'm not using the email list. So I backed up the email list and I uninstalled the app just to make sure that I wasn't wasting that $400 per month. But I'm going to show you how you can use Conversio to quickly set up an abandoned cart email sequence, and just to avoid missing out on, you know, easy profits. So what you want to do is you just want to download Conversio and then go to the abandoned cart section, right? And then you go to campaigns, and you can just turn on this default campaign. And by default, this is why I really like Conversio, is that their default abandonment cart campaign is really good. So the first contact, let's see what it says. And you can obviously edit all of this, right? And the setup is super easy. They just ask you to upload your logo, and then they automatically make all these emails. And so, as you can see, the first one is just Flex Posture. There's something in your cart. Would you like to complete your purchase? And this is an hour after they abandoned the cart. Now the second contact, we can't send your products to you yet because you haven't completed the purchase. We included a discount below, which you can use if you complete your purchase today. And then they generate a coupon code for you. And then the last one, the last contact, is going to say this is your last chance. So today is the last day to complete your purchase with your discount code, and they give you the discount code again. So this is really great, and you can obviously modify this, but by default, these are actually really good. And then it actually sends another one after 7 days, which is just you know, a down offer. So after those 3 emails, you know, they don't want to purchase still. Okay, well, instead we're going to offer them to just join our email list, and then, you know, we can, when we have like special promotions like Black Friday or, you know, other big sales, then you can send out a mass email, and then that'll do. You know, you'll have more people to send it to. So I really like this abandoned cart sequence. It's super easy to set up, and you can set this up in just like 2-3 minutes. Now, another thing you want to do if you're going to set up this abandoned cart sequence is you want to go to your settings, and then you want to go to checkout, and then you want to there's an option here that says right here, automatically send abandoned checkout email. So you want to uncheck this because, you know, now you have Conversio doing it, so you don't want to have 2 different emails sending it out. So you want to uncheck those, and then you just have the Conversio ones going, and then that'll do great. Now, another thing is you want it to pre-check the phone number. So you want, when it says to check out, you want to have customers can check out using their phone number or email, because this is what SMS Bump is going to grab this is where SMS Bump is going to grab the phone number. And then you want to go to show a sign up option at checkout, and then pre-select the sign up option. So this is going to be off by default. You want to have it on. And what this will do is it'll just increase the amount of phone numbers you'll be able to collect, as well as emails. And, it'll really help you send more of these abandoned cart sequences. So that's pretty much it for the backend, guys. Really simple. You can go a lot more in depth with this, but that's really not the point of this course. I just want to show you an overview of this store and how I did over $1 million in sales. So, email marketing, it's a great tool, and I could have taken advantage of it a lot more than just having this abandoned cart sequence, and I did on special events like Black Friday. Black Friday, I ran a lot of email sequences, and they did do pretty well. So just one more thing when you're setting up Conversio is you want to go to the settings and make sure that you have the proper domain name for your email. So number one, you want to make sure that the sender name is good. So the from name, you just want to change that. You don't want your own personal name, so you can put the brand name, Flex Posture. And then the from email, this should be your support or your sales email, one or the other. So I like to use this support, and I'm going to use support@flexposture.com. And then save those settings. And then you want to make sure that your domain is verified. So right here, there's going to be a verification process for your domain. So you just want to put in your domain.com, flexposture.com, and then start the domain verification process. And there's going to be a whole process, but for me, it says domain already exists in registry because I already did that. So you want to make sure that you have those settings, in check so that you have the right email address and that the from name is good. Now, another thing that you can do is you can test using, instead of just a brand name, you can test using a personal name. So you could say Sarah from Flex Posture, for example. And then you could just check if making that small change will increase the amount of people that open your emails or not. Because some people say that if you use a girl name in the sender name, it gets higher open rates. Now, I'm not a big believer in that, and I see that, I just try to model what big brands are doing, and usually I see big brands, they just use their brand name for their email marketing. So I just use the brand name, and that's what I like to do. But yeah, basically make sure that your domain name is registered and that you modify those sender settings.